So, today we're going to talk about a piece of research that honestly sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. We're talking about a new AI that can do something called a digital biopsy. It looks at an MRI scan and can pull out the genetic secrets of a child's brain tumor, all without ever having to touch the patient. It's pretty incredible stuff. Let's dive in. This right here, this is the question that lies at the heart of this entire challenge. Imagine being a doctor or a parent and knowing that the information you need to save a child's life is locked behind a procedure that could be incredibly harmful or even fatal. It's a truly impossible choice. So how do you even begin to solve a dilemma like that? Okay, so first things first, let's get a real handle on the medical problem we're actually up against here. We're focusing on something called pediatric low-grade gliomas, or pLGGs for short. And these are tragically common. They account for a staggering 40% of all brain tumors found in children. It's a huge problem. Now, the most critical piece of this whole puzzle is what's known as the BRAF mutation. You see, figuring out a tumor-specific genetic signature, whether it's one type like V600E or another like a fusion, or if it has no mutation at all, is absolutely vital. That information is what tells doctors which of the new highly targeted therapies are actually going to work for that specific child. And this is the core of the problem. That life-saving genetic information is locked away deep inside the tumor. And the only way to get it, traditionally, is with surgery, with a biopsy. But for so many of these kids, the tumor is just in a place that makes surgery incredibly dangerous, sometimes even completely impossible to attempt. And this is exactly where artificial intelligence steps into the ring, offering a totally new way of looking at the problem, a non-invasive approach. So what you're seeing here is a high-level look at the whole process. It's this automated pipeline, from scan to prediction. You feed a standard MRI scan into one end, the AI does its magic, and out the other end comes a prediction of the tumor's genetic makeup. It really is a digital biopsy.
Let's break that down, because it's pretty neat. It's really a two-step dance. First, the AI looks at the MRI, automatically finds the tumor, and basically draws a perfect circle around it, separating it from all the healthy brain tissue. Then, for step 2, a second, highly specialized AI looks only at that isolated tumor image and predicts its genetic signature. It sounds simple, but trust me, making it work is incredibly complex.
So you might be wondering, what makes this AI so special? Well, it all comes down to a really clever way of training it, a method called TransferX. The biggest hurdle for just about any medical AI is getting enough data. When you're dealing with relatively rare diseases, like these specific pediatric brain tumors, there just aren't thousands and thousands of scans to learn from. And if you try to train a normal AI on a small data set, it can get confused and start learning the wrong lessons. That's a problem we call overfit. Okay, so the researchers compared 3 different ways to train their AI. First, there's training from scratch. That's kind of like asking a rookie athlete to compete at the pro level with no prior experience. It's super risky. A better way is standard transfer learning. Here, the AI first studies a huge library of general medical images. It's like an athlete who's mastered the fundamentals. But TransferX, that's the elite specialist. It starts with all that general knowledge, but then it cross-trains. It learns to identify other related tumor types first, before it ever focuses on its final goal. It's like a decathlete who's good at everything, which makes it way more robust and versatile for the main event. All right, the theory sounds great, right? The cross-training analogy makes sense. But how did this fancy TransferX method actually do when they put it to the test? Let's look at the numbers. The performance score they use is called AUC. Just think of it like this. 1.0 is a perfect score, and 0.5 is basically a coin toss. Well, the TransferX model hit a peak score of 0.87 for one of the key tumor types. To put that in perspective, that's a solid B+ on an incredibly difficult exam. That's really, really good. And this chart just makes it crystal clear. That orange bar, which is the TransferX model, is consistently higher than the others across the board for every type of tumor. You can just see, visually, that the whole cross-training strategy really paid off. It created a smarter, more accurate model. No question about it. Okay, this is one of the most important questions you can ask about any AI, especially in medicine. Getting the right answer is one thing, but how can a doctor trust it? How do we know it's actually looking at the tumor and not some random pixel in the corner of the scan that just happens to correlate with the right answer? To solve this, the researchers invented a new way to check the AI's work, something they call COMDIST. The best way to think about it is like this. It's a tool that forces the AI to show its work.
It literally measures the distance between the dead center of the actual tumor and the spot where the AI is paying the most attention. The smaller that distance, the more confident you can be that the AI is focusing on the right thing.
And here is the visual proof. It's so cool. These images are heat maps showing where the AIs are looking. On the left, you see a less advanced model, and its attention is kind of all over the place. But look at the image on the right. That's the Transfer X model. Its focus is sharp, it's tight, and it is zeroed in, right on the tumor. This is the key takeaway. It's not just more accurate, it's also provably more trustworthy.
So, let's bring this all together. What does all this incredible technology actually mean for the patients, for the families at the center of all this?
I think the researchers themselves really say it best. This was never about replacing doctors. It's about giving them a powerful new tool. It's an assistive technology that can give them that critical piece of information when doing a traditional biopsy just isn't a safe option. So let's just quickly recap the big takeaways here. We know doctors need a tumor's genetic signature to pick the right treatment for these kids. But we also know the surgical biopsy to get it can be incredibly dangerous. Well, now, a new AI trained with this novel Transfer X method can predict that signature just from an MRI scan. And what's so important is that this digital biopsy isn't just accurate, it's also trustworthy. And all of that could lead to safer, faster, and much more personalized treatment decisions for children. This research really does show us a clear and hopeful path forward. And it leaves us with a really powerful question to think about for the future of medicine. When it comes to taking care of our most vulnerable patients, could AI be on the verge of becoming a doctor's most powerful and indispensable partner?